Hey, what's up guys, welcome to a new video. My name is Prince Mason. Today we're going to be checking out Luminar Neo. Luminar Neo is an AI-powered editing software that will help you edit your images faster. It does not matter if you're a commercial photographer, a landscape photographer, product or portrait photographer. There are features in this software for everybody. Now this video is sponsored by Luminar Neo, so this is not a review. This is more of like a showcase of how I would use Luminar Neo to retouch or edit my photos. Now Luminar Neo also has a mobile app that integrates very well with its desktop app, so you can work between both of them simultaneously or at different times in different places. Just depends on what you want to do. The mobile app has bokeh AI that will help you get dreamy backdrops regardless of what aperture you shoot your images at. It also has face light, face slim, and blemish removal. Luminar Neo offers flexible licensing options, including the perpetual license, which just means that you pay one time and own the software. So you can choose the plan that best fits your workflow without being locked into a subscription. Now, if you'd like to try out Luminar Neo, use code Mason for 10% off. That's MUISON for 10% off. Link will be in the description below. So I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I use these features when it comes to portrait editing today. Now, when you open Luminar Neo, you see a catalog tab, and all you have to do is import your folder that has the images in it. For me, I just created this folder called Luminar. I do have another folder here called Beth, and that's because I edit most of my files from my Pen F in Luminar Neo. I shoot JPEG and RAW, but this new one is called Luminar because I wanted to test out the new updates and show you guys what I think. So once you open it, you would see catalog, and then from there you can go to presets. Now the good thing about Luminar Neo is if you're somebody that does not like to start from scratch, you can go in here and just try out a few of these presets. I personally like to start from scratch. I love my images to look a particular way. So when it comes to retouching, editing my photos, I start from scratch and edit it all the way because I have particular looks that I'm going for. I just don't tell the software to do everything for me. I'm more of like a professional manual retoucher, as you guys know over the years on this channel. So let's go to the edit tab. Once you get into the edit tab, I'm going to jump to this image where I have done a few things here. So I'm going to just show you guys what I've done with the exposure. I brought down my highlights, I brought down my shadows, I did like a low S curve to add some contrast to it, and also with my color, you guys know I always take my tint towards magenta when it comes to my skin tones, and that's because it just makes the skin tones a lot richer. When you take it towards green, sometimes it looks pale, except you're going for like an artistic look. For the most part, I like my skin tones to look really natural, you know, and also add some warmth to it. So that's what I've done in this image, and I'll show you guys a before, quick before and after. I'm just going to zoom in so you guys can see. Here's a before, here's an after, here's a before again, here's an after. One thing I like about Luminar Neo though, I don't know if all softwares do this, but is the fact that you can drag your before and after slider. I really like that. So that's the before and after. I've worked on a low color here. Now let's jump into the tools that I really like. Now when it comes to skin retouching, I still do it manually. I'm one of those people that I've done skin retouching for like over 15 years now manually. I still don't think there's anything that can replace you doing it manually, but I believe that there are a few tools that can help you get there faster. You know, tools that will make life a little easier for you and more efficient for you. Tools that will remove some of those things that you have to do over and over again when it comes to retouching are a lifesaver, to be very honest. And one of them, we're just going to jump down here to skin, is going to be the blemish removal. Now I use the blemish remover tool all the time, and that's because I don't want to get into Photoshop and start taking out the blemishes from scratch. If I can get something that's going to like just take that away from me, or take that part of the work away from me, then I'm good. So one thing I noticed was that the blemish remover tool in Luminar Neo is actually really good. In fact, in some cases too good. So if we take this all the way up to 100, as you guys can see, it's taking like almost everything away from here. But the good thing about it is that it keeps the mold, so it just does not remove everything that it sees, right? But this is not good in my own opinion. So maybe somewhere around let's say somewhere around here would be fine for me. I wouldn't want to go more than that. I like how it leaves the moles that are on the neck, and it recognizes that these are not blemishes, basically, you know, like it's okay to leave some of these here. So I'm just going to show you guys before and after. Look at the face, look at this right here. So that's the before after, all those red dots, it takes all that away. And that's one thing that I really like to do. So if you're someone that owns Luminar, or you're somebody that is thinking about getting Luminar, This is going to really help you when it comes to I would say making your workflow a lot more efficient, right? The next thing that they have here is the shine removal. Now, this is good. I really like it when it works, but I'm somebody that I like a little bit of shine in my images, and I tend to shoot that way. But if you're somebody that's trying to remove, not always, but trying to remove shine from your subject's face, as you guys can see, it does work very well. So if I show you the before after look up there, gives you this really matte feel, and I think that's good. Now if we go to face and open up eyes, there is the dark circles remover. This is just great in my own opinion. You don't have to go in there and dodge and burn that part and try and bring it to life. This is going to do the job for you. So we're going to show you, or I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you a quick before and after. You guys can see that before, after, and it still keeps the details there. So with this image like this, the next thing we'll be thinking about is how we're going to, or the next thing we're going to do is how we're going to do the skin. So we want to smoothen the skin. Now this is the part that I do not use when it comes to skin retouching, like blending skin and making everything smooth. I do not use AI tools for that. That's just me, and that's because a lot of AI tools tend to lean towards frequency separation, and I think frequency separation is old type retouching, and even the ones that do micro dodge and burn, in my own opinion, still don't do it very well. So I would rather do that manually, but I'm still going to show you what that looks like, just in case you want to go with it. You can go ahead and try it, but this is what it looks like. Like I said, I personally will not use the face smoothing at all, and that's because I never use the face smoothing or the skin smoothing in any software. I just would rather do that manually. I feel like when you do it manually, it looks a lot more professional. What I like to do is put my images into the softwares and then let AI help me out with like removing blemishes and all that stuff. But when it comes to smoothing the skin, I personally would not go that route. Like I said, personally, I just think skin smoothing with AI tools still leans towards frequency separation. If you're someone that loves frequency separation and you still use that, then you probably love this because it does a good job. But I am like a micro dodge and burn guy. I love retouching professionally, so I'm not looking for something that is going to take away or help me retouch 100%. I'm looking for something that's going to make my workflow a little bit more efficient, take some things out of the way for me that I don't like to do, and then the ones I love to do, and like I like to do a certain way, like micro dodge and burn, let me do that. So personally, I'll probably not use the face smoothing. So this is everything that you need to know about like when it comes to skin retouching. There are a few other things there. If you go to body, you can like adjust the shape of the body, the abdomen. If you go back to the face, there is the improve eyebrows. So if you want the eyebrows to be darker, you can do that if that's something that you like. The red eye remover, the eye enhancer, you can go in there, just zoom in, see how it makes the eyes, it's kind of like increases the contrast around the eyes, which I think is really cool. If that's a look that you'd like to go for. You can also whiten the eyes. So we're just going to take that out. I know some people whiten the eyes and they overdo it, but we're not going to do that. You can enlarge the eyes if that's something that you are into. I personally will not do that. And you can make the iris flare, like I said, it will still increase the contrast and make the eyes stand out. So if that's something that you like to do, it takes a lot of time to do that in Photoshop, but here it's really simple, just a few clicks, and then you're done. If you want to slim the face down, once again, these are not things that I tend to do with my images, but if that's something that you like, you can do it here in Luminar and it will do a good job for you. I think that's the before, that's the after, before, after. Think that's a little too much. And then if you want to light the face, you want the face to be a little brighter, you can do that too here in Luminar. And once again, I personally like to use my raw processing softwares as kind of like a bounce to what I'm going to do in Photoshop. And I know a lot of people want to do their raw processing and their retouching in these softwares, and if that's what you want to do, then you can check out Luminar and see if this works for you. Personally, I like to get my images to a certain level where it takes away like maybe 50% of the work or even 60% of the work, and then I go into Photoshop and do the remaining 40% because I want my images to look a certain way, and I feel like only I can get my images to look the way I want them to look. And this does a good job for me. It takes out the blemishes. Yes, we still have a few things here, but compared to the work I would have to do in Photoshop, this has taken away like 50% to 60% of removing the blemishes. It kept the moles on her neck. That's part of the image. That way I do not have to start masking and trying to get that back. So it really does a great job. Now there's one other thing in here that I really like, so I'm going to go to this image. If you're somebody that does not own an expensive lens and you want to add bokeh, you want to add some blur to the background, a lot of softwares just let you add blur, directly to the background. But the one thing I like about how Luminar is adding blur, now this was probably shot at like 1.2 35, so this has a lot of blur in it. Fortunately, I do have lenses that can go down to 1.5 and 1.2, but I'm just going to use this as an example and show you guys what this can do, right? Like I said, if you're somebody that does not have those expensive lenses, you can kind of mimic it right now, if that's your thing, by increasing the blur here. You guys can see it looks fake right now. If I zoom in, you can see it does look fake right now. It just looks like it's not good, right? But what we can do is just use this focus distance to say, hey, you know what, I want the blur to be all the way at the back here. You can tell the image where you want the blur to be. You don't want it to just be right next to your subject. You want it to be further down and blot the background a little bit more. And that way, if I do a before and after, look at the trees here. Those are like, you can see that's really blurred out. Look at that compared to what it looked like before, and our image still looks good. I think that's just amazing. The fact that you can actually just set your bokeh focus, whatever they call it, distance, it is really cool, and it just helps you get like a more realistic image. Now I know there are a few other things that were released with the update, but me personally, since I am more of a portrait photographer, these are the tools that I'm going to be using in Luminar Neo. A few things that they could add, and I'm pretty sure they'll add in the future, is just maybe fixing the hair and all that stuff, stray hairs and all that stuff. Hopefully they add those in the future, but for right now, when it comes to skin retouching itself, I think this does like a decent job. And then I'll go into Photoshop like I do and get the rest done. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. This is more of a showcase of what Luminar Neo can do. Check the link in the description below so you guys can download Luminar Neo and try it out for yourself. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have an amazing day. Peace out, guys.